Disclaimer. We do not own or claim ownership of the Pokemon franchise and any Pokemon established in official canon. That's all owned by Nintendo, Game Freak, and Creatures. This is just a podcast made by 4 friends who love Pokemon. It's our love letter to a franchise most of us grew up with, so please go support the official release. Previously on PKMN Legacy.
Can you tell with me forbid to say you're my friends, and then I won't be deported?
You are all on the same team, you travel as a team, take on the Pokemon League as a team, so you need a team name.
Team Dupan!
I can't believe we're team bred.
I feel like we should go to Brayburg Town then.
You are kind-hearted enough to give her your nuts. You see this monolithic skyscraper of a tower in the middle of the sea just off the coast. 1,000 feet tall at the very least.
King's Tower.
You finally reach the end of the bridge and take your first steps onto the soft, grassy mainland. A small wooden sign reads Route 1, Newberry Way. You make your way down the gentle slopes of this route, passing tall pines and still managing to see a glimpse of the ocean every now and then. It's a nice trail.
Chris is just taking this all in, and he's really enjoying being in this more nature-like area because, well, he hasn't really gone out much into the forest in quite some years. You know, unless it was camping with his daughter, but that's just getting into semantics.
Velma's just kind of looking around her, and she's also taking photos and taking notes of everything she sees.
And your idyllic hike is interrupted by a distant sound of rustling of fabric and tin in the distance. Just a short shot off the beaten path.
And Madi, being true to her lowest aspect of careful, runs ahead, especially because she thought she heard some sort of like fabric blowing in the wind, and she's a designer, so she's excited about whatever that could be.
Maddie? Don't run too far, please. Maddie?
They should probably go after her. She might get lost.
Oh dear. Chris starts jogging a bit forward, but not actually a full-blown run because he doesn't want to leave Velma behind because tiny legs.
I resent that comment.
I mean, I have a daughter of my own, and she's growing, and also, you know, her legs were pretty tiny, too. So, it's relatable, right?
Let's get moving, come on.
Okay.
Velma just kind of quickens her pace a little bit.
Maddie, since you pretty much compelled yourself to go find trouble,
Yes.
I'm going to give you a fate point for that.
Woo!
Nice.
I was just thinking about that. I was like, ooh, I'm using the fact that I just like am not careful at all because I live in the city.
About a half minute to a minute of running through the pines, and Maddie, you're the first to come across what seems to be the ruined remains of a campsite, messy and abandoned. A sweet smell wafts through the air, mixing with a smoky leftover scent of a campfire. And soon after, you're joined by Chris and Velma.
Give me a moment. Okay, now what are we looking at?
Look what I found!
Oh, a camp.
Someone was here. Hello? She slowly pokes her head into the tents to see if there's anyone asleep or inside.
It's a medium-sized tent, big enough to fit 2 people inside, though in its current state, it wouldn't be of any use to anyone. In fact, wouldn't you have to poke your head through the entrance? You could just peek through the several small holes puncturing the perimeter of the tent.
What's this? Hey guys, come here.
Velma turns around and walks over to Madi.
You see tattered scraps of canvas surround the outside, and inside, you find disheveled, abandoned sleeping bags and an unbroken bottle, what seems to be of a golden, goopy substance.
Madi grabs the bottle, and it feels kind of sticky in her hands, and she shows it to the 2 of them.
What is that?
I don't know. I just found it inside. It's sticky. I don't know if it's edible.
I
wouldn't eat
wouldn't
that.
try to.
Want to
get-
give it a little taste?
No.
Give it a little taste.
Maddie just ignores them and sticks her pinky on the little side and just like smells it. And then she puts it on her
Wait,
tongue.
no.
I knew it. I know what this is. I'm not going to tell you. Try it. And she just like shoves it up in their faces. Please.
No,
Team
I
bread.
Velma just takes like a little swab of it and just kind of gives this quick sniff and then a lick, and she's like, "Oh, yeah, that makes sense."
See? I told you.
I don't think it's a good idea to be eating things we literally just found in another tin.
To be fair, it looks like nobody's been here for a while.
That's concerning. But
Come on, Chris, please.
if I give it one tiny taste, will you get that out of my face?
Okay. But one taste.
Fine. He seldomly drags his finger across and gets like a bit of a dab of it on his fingertips, and he reluctantly licks it.
Even with the specks of dirt, it still doesn't hide that sweet taste of honey.
I'm a big dum-dum.
Yeah, I told you there was nothing to worry about. What was that?
You hear a rustle just from outside the tent.
Velma will investigate there.
Okay. Velma, you approach the remains of what seems to be a campfire. The log's top side looks an ashen white and still faintly warm to the touch. As you run your gloved finger over it, there's this sharkly dust covering it. And slumped next to the log,
There's a bag.
the simple cloth knapsack looks sloppily placed.
Velma reaches her hand over it and whops open the flap of the bag.
The cloth is a bit sticky to the touch. As you jostle it around, you do hear broken glass in there.
Careful.
It's hard to see. You can see the shattered remains of what seems to be bottles.
The C, whatever you call them thingies. Do they have like a flashlight app on them?
They do, yes.
Alright, so Velma uses that to look into the bag.
Past the glare of glass, you can see coins in there. It seems to be maybe 3-4 points worth of polka dollars. And you also see some sort of small metallic device and a scrap of paper, crumpled up paper in there.
And she reaches in and tries very carefully to pick out the glass pieces.
Well, you're going to need to roll good careful then, won't you?
Yes, I will. I guess I will. Oh boy. Oh, this is gonna end lovely.
Woo!
Oh, I knew it.
Announce your roll.
I got a -2.
Thank you for sharing with the class. Yeah, that's about the worst you could get with that one, oh boy. Even with your glove, you cut your hand on it for 1 point of health.
Are you okay?
Stupid glass. I'm fine. Just got a stupid cut on my hand is all. And she takes off her glove. Dang it, I got a hole in this thing too.
Well, I can sew that up for you later.
Really?
Yeah. That's kind of what I do.
Oh, thanks. Again.
Chris walks over immediately to Velma. Doesn't even like really ask. He just like puts her arm in his hand and looks at the wound. Okay. He takes off his scarf, just starts wrapping it around the wound, tightens it. Just let that sit there for a little bit. But we need to get you some water to clean that, disinfect it. We probably could find some things around here that could easily soothe the pain if we can find the right berries. I might be able to make something, but I've never been to this area, so it's kind of hard.
Buddy.
This is really bad.
Buddy.
This is really bad. Okay. Maybe if we just.
Chris!
Yes.
It's literally just a small cut. I'm gonna be fine.
But a small cut could lead to like infections if we don't take care of it. Infections can lead to diseases. Diseases can lead to death, and that's not good. Oh,
Dude, I'm fine. Seriously. If you want to help, maybe you could help with the glass in that bag. I saw something down there.
yeah. I could do that. Chris goes over to where the bag was. He does the same thing that Velma did and takes out his sea gear and starts flashing a light and tries to pick out the glass to try to get the materials that were in there that she was talking about.
All right, roll for careful.
All right, I got it too.
That's a fair. You managed to play Operation, and you pull out a polka dollar.
Awesome. I'm no longer broke. But also, I can't keep this because this is someone else's money. dilemma. He just puts it in his back pocket for later.
Guys, and she just grabs the bag and like turns it upside down and everything comes spilling out.
Maddie, no!
You solved my glass bag puzzle.
I was like, you guys, this whole time I was like, why aren't they turning over the bag?
Listen.
I'm listening.
Listen.
I'm listening.
Shut up.
I was literally laughing so hard. I was like, what?
I thought wholeheartedly there was something inside that bag that if we didn't do it carefully, it's either gonna A, burst out a Pokemon to attack us, or B, it's gonna explode. Therefore, I'm
No,
just
it
like,
was just a couple glass bottles that broke in there.
I have to say, I cannot wait to see this scene picture.
you,
Just Maddie walking over and going, you guys, and then just like turning it over really fast and just everything spilling
it's got
out.
like Velma and Chris in like lab coats and like the safety goggles. They got like the equations on the whiteboard, and they're just like, how do we get the glass out of there? How do we get the materials? And Maddie's like, oh my God, you just starts shaking the bag.
And Maddie's the one who like takes her hand on the desk and like shoves everything off the desk.
I am so glad we were able to solve this puzzle. Oh, also, you see the pile of trash on the wrinkled picnic blanket rise up and down. No biggie.
Why is that moving?
Don't know, but we're gonna find out now. So he's gonna go over there and he's gonna look and see if it's gonna rise again.
You wait a second. Silent. But just very faintly, you can see it sort of rise up just a centimeter and down just a centimeter.
And Maddie walks over to it and she's like about to just kick it. She doesn't, but she's about to.
He takes an edge corner of the cloth that it's underneath, and he's like counting to 3 to lift it all up and then jump back. All right, so 1, 2.
You're facing this pink furry creature. It looks like a raccoon with brown stripes that run across the width of its tail and mask its face. And the evil creature scurries away, then bolts back, nabs an unopened bottle of honey, then jumps back again. Roll for initiative. You know, there's nothing like a good old pause menu to completely screw up the flow of the episode. Hey, Kay here, and I want to talk to you about Patreon, because we still have one. For $2 and up, we'll display your name at the end of the YouTube videos. And it will be there this episode, not like last time when I forgot to put them up like a friggin' idiot. For $5 and up, you get access to our bonus tidbits. Last week I talked about the combat mechanics. $10 and up, and I am obligated to announce your name here in the pause menu. And as Donkey Otto found out, you can change your name after the fact. Which they did. So thank you for your support, Madi's Nuts. I showed Ariana this and she's looking into getting her name legally changed now. So if you'd like to support the show, like Madi's Nuts, then the link should be in the description for wherever you find this episode. Anyways, it is plug time. So Ariana could not record in time to make this episode, but she wanted me to let you know that episode 2 of My Pride is out on YouTube. It's an animated web series she's a part of. It's made by Tribble of Doom. It has a whole bunch of lions in it. So go give them a look.
Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, everyone. This is your favorite Pokemon breeder, Chris here, with an important public service announcement. It's hard to be an up-and-coming Pokemon trainer, but it's easy to maintain proper hygiene. So remember to wash your hands frequently for 20 to 30 seconds each day in order to continue being the best you can be. And never forget that the power is yours!
Next episode set to go up on April 2nd, so see ya in 2 weeks. 1 week if you're a $5 and up supporter on Patreon, just saying. Anyway, wash your hands, time for battling, unpause.
What's its type?
You don't know that.
And there are no modifiers, correct?
Actually, for you, Chris, -1.
Okay.
Oh, can we all go in?
I mean, if you want to gang up on the poor raccoon, yeah, go ahead.
Why not?
Villa just takes her blaster and like points it at whatever it is.
Are you gonna blast the raccoon with your gun?
Oh, good Lord.
Yeah?
Fair enough. Okay. Alright, first in the order is Ginger.
Let's see. Could you read me Ginger's moves one quick time, please? I know it's, she has...
Fire Fang, Bite, Odor Sleuth, Leer.
Gonna fire fang this tiny thing.
Oh.
Roll for physical attack. Neutral damage. You monster.
Aw, yee.
And now, to act out my Animu moment. Oh god, what is that? Ginger, use fire fang!
With a 4 for Ginger's attacking roll versus the Pokemon's -1 for defending roll, it grabs it by the tail and flings it around like a chew toy. And suddenly lets go and throws it into a tree, taking it for 5 points of damage.
Oh.
Also, it's burnt. Bellini, it's your turn.
Just thinking.
What's the Sass Master gonna do?
The Sass Master himself. Let's see. I think I'm gonna do Helping Hand for Ginger.
Okay. Bellini walks over to Ginger, pats her on the back, and Ginger lets out a appreciative. Ginger's now has Helping Hand.
You use that whatever you want for it.
After being flung into the tree, the Pokemon gets up, winces from the burn damage,
And lets out a loud little at the Houndoom.
Oh, that is loud.
Uh-oh, watch out!
Now, Ginger, remember what I taught you. It can only hurt you if you believe. It's gonna hurt.
With that disarming voice, 3 attacking roll with Ginger's -1 defending roll, Ginger winces in pain and kneels down for a bit as it tries to brace itself for this hideous sounding noise. Next in the order, Velma.
Velma has a moment of panic where she's like, ah! And she just brings out her gun and pulls the trigger.
Okay, roll for your Dust Blaster then.
What?
Oh no.
Ooh, what shall we do with your fail?
Oh no.
Tasty, tasty fail.
You can feel your weapon clog up, and then suddenly, boom, it blasts over the entire area.
Oh boy.
Broken glass bottles are knocked over all over the place.
So now the ground is enveloped. You don't know where your glass is. You move anywhere, you might step on it. Your Pokemon might step on it. Good job, Velma.
Ah, crap.
It's okay. It's okay. We can do this.
Ginger, what you gonna do?
Ginger, don't move anywhere. There's a lot of glass on the ground. Instead, use Odor Sleuth and just keep an eye on that Pokemon. What even is that?
And if only someone had a device that could let you scan Pokemon.
Ah! Maddie pulls out her sea gear and drops it in all the piles of glass, and she kind of.
You pick up a shard of glass. Ouch. Then suddenly from the fog you see a furry hand as Bellini hands you your Pokedex.
Thank you, baby. And she just holds it up towards the Pokemon.
Slinkit, the sly Pokemon. A cute but conniving creature, Slinkit prefers to scavenge for food rather than hunt or gather for its own. This Pokemon uses its cuddly appearance to trick people into giving it food and other valuables. It is easily distracted by shiny objects.
Is it my turn? Can I do it?
It's Bellini's turn, therefore it is your turn.
Okay, so Maddie tells Bellini to pick up little pieces of the glass and reflect them towards the sun.
Oh.
Can it make it skip the turn, miss its turn because it's distracted?
Roll for clever.
Okay. For Maddie or Bellini?
Maddie. Bellini doesn't have approaches.
It has to be. Yeah, I was gonna say it'd have to be Bellini. Maddie. Bellini. Yes! I got a 5.
All right, with that superb roll,
Whew!
Bellini gingerly picks up a shard of glass and angles it just so that the sunset reflects, boom, right into the Slinkit's eyes.
Yes!
The Slinkit stumbles back into the bushes, and it loses a turn.
Yee.
it's Velma's turn now.
Velma, still embarrassed by her blunder from the dust gun, reaches into her back pocket and pulls out a potion she bought earlier. She throws it over to Chris. If you need to, use that!
Wait, use what? Oh god, is this a gun?
It's a potion!
Oh, sorry, I've been a bit of a panic.
You're telling me!
Glass on the ground. This is weird Pokemon. I am on edge right now.
It's okay! You can do this!
Ah!
Top of the order, Ginger's turn. What's she gonna do?
He's thinking in his head, okay, things to do. Glass on the ground, your potion, glass, ground, Pokemon, Ginger,
Oh, Odor Sleuth allows you to know where the glass is, so that's good.
All right, Ginger, use a bite attack while avoiding the glass and then take that thing down.
Okay, not very effective.
Okay. Ginger got a 5. towards Slinkit's 2.
Nice.
With that 3 shift hit, Ginger bounds past the minefield of glass and takes a nice little bite right into the Slinkit's front leg. Next up is Bellini.
Bellini, use pound! What's the effectiveness?
Neutral.
Bellini got a 2, and the Slinkit got a 3.
As Bellini goes across the ground to go and pound Slinkit, it does step on glass and takes a little bit of damage. It struggles to regain its balance and tries to go for a pound, but gets the floof of its tail instead of the actual body. Slinkit slips out of reach, grabs that bottle of honey, and hightails it out of there.
No! Is everyone okay?
I'm fine.
Chris walks over to Velma, gives her back her potion, goes over to Ginger. She looks okay to him and puts her back in the Pokeball. He walks over to a nearby stump that he sees and just slumps to the ground and just rests there. I am way too old for this.
Team Depain indeed.
I think Maddie's gonna go over to the bag and look at the remaining contents, but she's gotta go around the glass, huh?
At this point, the smoke has faded away, so it's easy to step over it.
Okay, so she's just gonna go over to the bag.
So, as you, Maddie, investigate the poured contents of the bag, you find 4 points worth of Pokedollars. You find some sort of weird spout thing.
Can I stick it into a tree?
Okay, so you know what a tapping spout is, all right?
Guys,
And you also find a barely legible map covered in dirt and honey.
look at this! She sees the campsite marked as to where they probably are, and then she sees something strange. She sees the X on the map that says she thinks she reads Sweet Spot.
Sweet spot. I'm just gonna assume that's where they got this honey.
We should go there.
The honey was pretty good, so I suppose if we could take a deep... Wait. Does anyone here know how honey is made?
Of course, your music was Oh.
What's the problem?
We should leave. Like now.
But here's the point. I think there's a reason this place was, absconded.
The Sweet Spot.
Maddie, I know that you like adventure.
Please.
I know that you want some honey, and honestly, we still have that jar of honey that we found in this abandoned camp. But I need
that
you...
was so dirty.
He puts both hands on her shoulders. Maddie, if you value your life, your Pokemon lives, you will listen to me, and you will get out of here, because this is not a place you want to be, and that Sweet Spot is going to be the end of all of us. Please, let's go.
But it's on the way to the town.
Beedrills! Honey comes from Beedrills.
Okay.
Beedrills are very protective of their nest. When they're protective of their nest, they like to use their giant stingers and protect their nest by any means necessary. That includes the queen Beedrill that might be there, or the honey they have collected. I guarantee you we're not going to get a very warm welcome.
So what are you guys gonna do?
I want to go to the Sweet Spot.
Oh my god!
Guys, it's clearly there because we gotta go. There's an X on the map. I want to go.
I want to try to persuade Maddie to just be like, no, no, it is literally a high risk area. We will only come back here when we have the assets to do so. Right now, we would be walking into a literal Beedrill's nest.
Can we roll against each other?
I don't know. I wasn't expecting it to happen so soon. Well, obviously, you're not gonna solve this like adults, so
You know what they say, curiosity killed the cat.
Oh no, we will not destroy the Delcatty in this situation.
you already lost the Pokitty, so
Do you still have one of those coins that you got from the backpack?
Yeah.
Toss it here.
Okay.
Heads or tails?
Tails.
Here's what we're gonna do. If it's tails face up, we go. If it's tails face down, we don't. Velma then flips the coin. It twirls around a bunch up in the air.
Wait, so tails face up means heads?
Tails face up, we go. Tails face down, we don't go.
So tails we go, heads we don't go.
Exactly. Do you have a real coin? I heard somebody moving
I
coins.
shall roll it.
I have a quarter if you want me to use it.
Yeah, cause then you'll cheat.
I'm not gonna cheat.
Okay, actually, you know what? Hold on. Let me ask Siri. Give me a second.
Oh, that's Siri can.
Come on, Siri, say tails. Siri, say tails.
Siri, say heads, please.
Hold on.
Where's your
hold
sense
on.
of adventure?
Gotta wake her up. All right, so let me just make sure. Tails, you go. Heads, you don't go.
Yep.
Exactly.
Hey Siri. Heads or tails?
Tails.
Yes!
Oh!
Yes!
Thank you. Hey Siri. Thank you.
No problem.
Yes!
Velma lifts her hand. She sighs. Tails.
Woo!
Okay. Guess we're going into the beetle's nest. And just a single tear is coming down his face. Let's go get your honey, Maddie.
I love this, especially since you have nothing to put it in. But let's go
I
anyway.
put it in my mouth.
Can't eat all that honey, but okay.
You don't know me. We have the bottle. Can't we put it in there?
You mean the bottle that already has honey in it?
Well, it's old honey. It's like gross honey.
But it was still sweet.
So you uncork the honey, you turn it over. It's starting to drip. It's starting to drip a little more.
Ever just waits watching it drip really slowly.
Almost there. Just almost touching. It stops just over the ground. Drip.
Wait, does the honey have healing properties for the Pokemon?
No.
Dang it.
It attracts Pokemon though.
Oh.
Oh, shit.
Hey everyone, you hear that?
Oh, no!
Just,
Okay,
no.
I pour the honey out and we run. We run to the sweet
No,
spot.
wait.
I just want to go to the sweet spot. Let's go.